Today's rant comes to us from James Klug again. He gave us a good video the last time. He's going to give us another good man on the street interview. This one's going to go a little bit different than I think people expect it to go. So give it some time. Let it play itself out. So let's roll into it.
James Klug here. A recent Morning Consult poll found that only 16% of Gen Zers are proud to live in the United States. So is this poll accurate? Are you proud to live in the United States?
No, I'm not, actually.
Are you proud to live in the United States?
Yes.
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 Yeah, I am proud. I'm very proud to live here, actually.
Why are you proud to live in the United States?
Because we're free,
That's a big one.
right?
I'm proud to be an American, but after college, I actually traveled abroad to Korea and to Mexico to teach abroad, and I have to say, coming back, it's pretty upsetting what's going on in our country right now.
What's upsetting to you?
That Biden is running our country and he's doing a job and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Nobody expected the interview to go in that direction. Everybody expected the same old woke stuff that we usually hear, especially considering her tone of voice when she first started off the interview. But even though she's as negative as she is, her negativity is actually in the direction it should be. And that should give us all hope that maybe polls like this aren't taking the best pulse of what Americans think and what Gen Zs think. That maybe they're not liking the results that we're getting. Believe it or not, I don't think everybody knows that politics actually matter to your life. Most people think that it doesn't really matter and it's no big deal, but what we're seeing is the result of bad politics affecting all of our lives negatively.
And our country, has so much to offer. Biden is a server.
To believe that young people are persuadable. We've got to make rational arguments to them. And that is, I think, the way to deal with many of these problems. We've got to challenge young people to step up and be better.
You guys, the reason I'm asking this is a recent Morning Consult poll found that just 16% of Gen Z said that they are proud to live in the United States, compared to millennials, which are polling at 36%, and millennials have been polling, mid-30s to low 40s for the last decade. So what's going on with Gen Z? Does that surprise you to hear that figure, just 16% say that they're proud to live in the United States?
I think if you look at the way the world has changed and
We get more softer generation, so it's not surprising to me at all.
So that's not surprising to you.
No.
Do you find that problematic that a whole generation is growing up not proud to live in the United States?
Yeah,
The younger people, I think, are kind of becoming more liberal because of social media.
Do you notice that within your own life, in your
Yes.
personal experience?
Yes. And my friends and me as well.
I think that's really problematic. I feel like they need to go to another country and really see what it is to be oppressed and really feel how it is.
You look on TikTok, they're always complaining about the United States, so.
Definitely TikTok has influence against people, and it can definitely change people's perspectives on different topics.
To be a little bit more anti-America?
Yeah, I would guess so. Anti-America.
Do you think social media is dividing the country more?
I think, yeah, I think it's a really big issue.
So we have younger Gen Zs telling us that they believe that social media is what's destroying their perspective of their own country that they should love. That other people who are immigrating here love this country. And they may love their own country, but they seem to love this country more. And they're seeing the opportunities that this country gives to us more than the very people born here. And that was predicted. People said that social media was going to destroy the perspective of our children's view of America. And now that's what we're seeing. And we have Gen Zs telling us that. It is now time that we start looking at the actual evidence that's piling up against a lot of the bad ideas that we've seen in the last few years that we can very easily just analyze and say, look, we shouldn't be following this path anymore because it's clearly heading in the wrong direction.
As I said, like in our generation and last 70 years, we've been pretty peaceful. You know what I mean? Ain't no world wars or anything like that. So we haven't, you know what I mean? We haven't seen anything that's like...
Not in our lifetime. We haven't seen slavery. We haven't seen
anything
oppression.
that's so
We
deep.
haven't seen anything in our lifetime. So, like, it is crazy to me personally that a lot of people feel like they want to go live in another country. I feel like, honestly, it just comes down to them not knowing about how other countries are.
I don't think it's any question now that the mainstream media and social media's constant attack on the need for America to change completely into a different country is having an effect on our children. And whether that be because they hate the person who's in office now, or they hate the person who was in office last time, the mainstream media and social media have become anti-American, and it's showing in the view that our children have on our country.
In 100 years, we'll look back and be like, we had it good. You know what I mean?
We had it good.
You know what I mean?
Exactly,
We should've
compared
not
to a lot of other
complained this
people.
much,
Yeah,
you know what I
at the
mean?
time.
So many countries have done that same exact thing where they started off in one way and they allowed certain political parties and certain political groups to negatively influence their culture, destroy the culture from within, and then those countries fall apart. They end up not the country that they originally were. And then people end up disliking the country that now they're in. And so this becomes one of those big questions. Is that what's happening here? That the Gen Zs dislike the country because where we're ending up, but they don't realize that where we're ending up is because a lot of the decisions that are being made by one political party in our country and by the mainstream media and social media negatively influencing people's viewpoints and opinions of our country. We just assume that things will always stay the same way because they've always been this way. And that's exactly the reason why we need to remember our past so that we're not doomed to repeat it. Thanks for hitting that like and subscribe button. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks to all my new subscribers. If you enjoyed this rant, check out one of these other 2 rants. Thanks for watching. Later.